Does Bianca need help? Because what was this? Now, before we get into this, you know I have to shout out my jewelry that I make. I make jewelry over on my Etsy, and I also sell vintage jewelry that I find in jewelry jars over on my Depop. Both of those things will be linked down below. I ship directly from my house, and every order is so appreciated. I dropped a few earrings on there if you're interested in getting those. I have a lot more coming, but they're very time consuming, so I'm just making them as I'm able to have time to make them, and I'm gonna throw them up. I'm also discounting all of my necklaces, so if you guys would like to get on there and get a necklace, definitely, you know, check it out because they're all going to be discounted. And if you would like to hang out with me over on my TikTok, I post videos over there, so definitely check that link down below. And yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this video. Grammys was last night, and Kanye West was actually there with his wife Bianca. They got married in 2022. I don't know a lot about what's going on with them and their whole situation, other than every time I see them, it always seems like he's like parading her around like some sort of prop. Anything I know about Kanye West, I just don't like him, to be honest. Has he had some good songs? For sure. But him as a person, I don't like the dude. So we gotta talk about this because Kanye West was actually up for a Grammy. Now, there were a lot of rumors that were going around that were not true. Like, there were rumors that Kanye and Bianca got kicked out because they were not invited, but they were invited. Kanye was actually up for an award. But here's the situation that happened and the thing that we're talking about. So Bianca is usually not wearing a lot of anything. And I also want to say this, I don't care. That's absolutely fine. I don't care what people want to do with their bodies. That is not something I'm judging here. I think it's up to the individual. From what I have heard, Bianca was, you know, nude and stuff a lot before she met Kanye. That's not the issue that I'm having here. What somebody wants to do with their bodies and their free time and who they want to be with and whatever. I don't care. You do you. But there is a video that has come out from the red carpet while they were going into the Grammys that I find to be a bit disturbing. Does she need help? Like, is he forcing her to do this? And I want to say this, don't come at me and say, she did this stuff before. He's not forcing her to do anything. Just because a woman likes to, you know, bear it all on her terms doesn't mean that it's not possible that a man could be forcing her to do it when she doesn't want to, and that is still inappropriate and wrong if she doesn't want to do it. It doesn't matter if she did it yesterday willingly. If she doesn't want to do it today and you make her, you are a bad person. So there's this video of them when they first get there. Now, Kanye is always, you know, dressed from the tips of his toes to the top of his head. He's always got clothes on, full clothes on, and she rarely does. They show up, she's got this big fur coat on, she's all covered up, they look cutesy cute, and then she turns around and removes her fur coat, and it appears that they are trying to emulate the cover of his album, where she's nude on the cover and it's her from behind with Kanye facing forward. It looks like they're trying to like recreate that album, which, you know, I get it. But also there's like a whole public indecency thing where it's like, to me, I'm just gonna be real, I think that out in public, like if it's like not something that's expected, I feel like it's kind of, you know, disrespectful and weird to just go when like people aren't consenting to it. The way that it makes me feel is like when you get an unsolicited dick pic in your DMs and you don't want it and it's like a jump scare, like, whoa, it's like a friggin' monster in your DMs, like what the hell kind of sea creature is that situation? It reminds me of that. Like if it's unexpected and it's just kind of like shoved in people's faces when they're not expecting it or wanting that, it can be kind of it's just like inappropriate timing, right? So anyways, that's besides the point. So, you know, she removes her coat, like everything's all out there. This is the reason why I want to talk about this. It's not because of that, whatever, do whatever you want to do with your body in your free time, whatever. It's this video of her looking up at Kanye and they're proceeding to have a bit of a, it looks like there's like a bit of a moment going on between them where it looks like she says, I don't want to do it. I am not a lip reader. The lip reader girlies are going to have to let me know what they think. But even with somebody that is not a lip reader, it looks like she says clear as day, I don't want to do it. Looks like she's really nervous and like she's just uncomfortable and doesn't want to do it. Again, don't come over here and be like, well, you know, she's used to being naked. It doesn't bother her. There's no way she was uncomfortable. Again, just because you want to do something once doesn't mean you have to do it at every beck and call whenever the hell somebody wants you to. Like, if she was truly uncomfortable and didn't want to do it in this moment, should not have made her do that. And so that's why I'm like, is this girl okay? Like, is this her choice to be, you know, naked all the time? Like, there's this one picture where she's in like this clear raincoat and he's like fully covered, and to me it comes off like somebody who's, it's like a humiliation kink or something, or like it's like this thing where it's like you want other people to look at her and have thoughts and feelings about her because he likes it. I don't know how to explain it. There's also this thing where it's like she looks a lot like Kim. And I feel like he is so mad at her and has so much animosity towards her and anger towards her that I'm almost like, does he parade her around like this in some weird way? Like, because she looks like Kim, he just wants to humiliate and shame her in front of the public? That could be a stretch, but that is honestly what this makes me feel like. It's just starting to look like this is being intentionally done, where he's forcing her to do things and maybe she isn't, you know, on board with it. I hope, okay, I want to say this, I hope she's all about it and he's not forcing her to do it and she's doing these things on her free will and that she's enjoying it and having a grand time and that she's not being mistreated behind the scenes. But one thing that I've seen in the lore of Kanye is that he is a very, very, very controlling. With Kim, he controlled the way that she dressed. If he didn't like something that she was wearing, he would be like, you're not wearing that. Like, he was one of those men that would control the way that she dressed and what outfit she wore. And I just find it really interesting that he's someone who's like very into fashion, right? But he won't let her wear anything. Like, if you're so into fashion, wouldn't you want to put clothes on her and have her dress up and all this stuff? Like, that's what he did with Kim. He'd always pick out what he wanted her to wear. But with his current wife, it's like he wants to degrade her and shame her. That's what it feels like. Like, he wants, I don't know. I'm not liking it. I actually feel a little bit scared for her after seeing that clip of her looking at him saying that she didn't want to do it. If this is what she said and he made her do that anyway, I do not know if she is okay behind the scenes. It honestly really scares me. There is so much that goes on in people's lives that we don't see. But if this is what we see with how you're treating your wife in public and this is what you're putting out there, I'm inclined to believe that the way she's being treated behind closed doors is not good. It's really hard for me to believe, with all the things that I know about Kanye and everything with Kim and the way he behaved when they split. Like, he was going through some stuff with that, which, yes, I get it. He has a diagnosis. If you were the ex, you know, wife of somebody acting like that, it would be scary. It would be jarring. It would be uncomfortable. You wouldn't feel safe, you know, and then you have kids with this person. It's just, and that's another thing to mention, like, he has children that are seeing this. This is not somebody who is a good parent that cares about their kids, that cares about what their kids are seeing and consuming. This is someone who's not thinking about their kids at all, because I'm sorry, if you were thinking about your children and you cared about how you were portrayed and that your kids, you know, how people would think about you and your family and your children and things like that, you would not be behaving like this. This is not someone who's thinking about the well-being of their children, that's not thinking about what their kids are seeing. Like, his kids are going to see that. He doesn't care. Like, I'm sorry, that's messed up. I don't care who you are. It is so messed up and weird and gross, and I don't like it. There's a lot of other things that he's said and done that I feel, you know, speaks volumes on its own, but this whole situation I find to be extremely disturbing. I'm seeing a lot of people excuse it because they're saying that Bianca was like naked a lot before. I don't think that that matters. Am I the only one that doesn't think that that matters? I don't think that it matters. that she likes to be naked. If in this moment she did not want to do this and he made her do it, that is scary. You guys are going to have to let me know what you think in the comments down below about this. What do you think? I hope she's okay. I hope this was her decision. I hope that's not what she said in the video. I don't know. I don't even know if anybody's gonna be talking about this, but I just had to say something about it and get your guys' thoughts on it. What do you think about this? Did you guys watch the Grammys? By the way, Taylor Swift looked absolutely amazing in that red. Oh my God, literally obsessed. Chappell Roan, amazing. Sabrina Carpenter's. Let me know what you guys are thinking, and also if you would like to check me out on TikTok, I open jewelry jars over there. If you guys would like to check out my jewelry, I will have it linked down below. When you purchase something from my Depop or my Etsy, you are supporting me, my small business, and I greatly, greatly appreciate it. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon for another video.